tuning into the Savvy Homeschooler Planner. This is the Getting Started series. This is how to add basic courses to your students, for your students. So we're going to go here to the courses page from the Planner Hub, and we want to pick the current year. And notice here it says transcript credit notice. Transcript credit is based on semesters. You may still choose to organize your school using quarters, but you should also select semester to ensure credits are tracked correctly. So in this system, every 2 quarters equals 1 semester for transcript credit purposes. So I just want to make sure that I brought that to your attention if you are adding courses for a high school student, which we will be doing that. Okay, so I'm going to go in here into the current school year. And let's see. So you notice this page, it says add 4 core classes, math, English, history, science. And then if this was toggled up, then we toggle it down. We have a world language, art, music, health, physical ed, tech, and a Bible course. These are all just optionals. Add a new course if you want to rename it anything else. And there's also an option for group courses. And if you wanted to not add all math, English, history, and science at one time, you can come down here, scroll down here, go to the new, hit the arrow down, and then individually add those courses as well. All right, so what we are going to do is we're going to set up courses for student number 2. And so I'm going to go ahead and give him the 4 core classes. And that's all you have to do is you just pick those. And then if I wanted to give him a music class, a world language, and a music class as well. And what's going to happen is it's going to appear here in the no enrolled students little toggle. So we're going to roll that down. Now you see you have your English, math, music, science, social studies, and world language. And we want to enroll this single student. So we are doing 1 student at a time. And I'm going to, as I clicked on this little, let's see. I want to show you again. If you're here in enrolled students, you go over to the left and this thing appears, the little square, and you want to click on it and it will select every single row for this particular section. And you want to click on enrolled students. I want to back up here. If for any chance this view that I'm in, it says start with this view. You could be in a different view when you get to your page. I just want to let you know that it's in this view where this is appearing. Okay, so I want to make sure that was cleared up. Okay, so I'm going to click again to make sure I select every row. Then I'm coming up here. There's a little menu that pops up once you click this. And if you go over to this profile, it says to enroll students. You want to click it and you pick student number 2, who happens to be Paul Finch. So he was student number 2 when I set him up earlier. And so now he's enrolled. And now you can see it moved from no enrolled students to now under Paul's name. So I'm going to click that up. And so we have his name, he's enrolled in English, math, all these courses, and his grade level is now current as well. So that automatically pops up. So what I mean by basic courses is basically you can rename them however you want. And these are the basic covers for each of those courses. So you don't have to change the covers. You can keep all those same covers if you want, or you can change them. But in the basic, in just basic adding, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to open this up and I'm just going to say it's English 10. And he's going to be in high school, so we do want to put that on the transcript. Yes. High school credits, it's 0.5. I'm not sure, you would have to check with your state on how many credits per course. We give 1 full credit for a full year. So English, he would get a full year, one credit. However, the reason I put 0.5 is because I divide my courses into semesters. So this is English 10, and I'm going to put first semester. And I'm not changing my cover. I'm not changing the icon. I'm just keeping it really simple for myself. And then we're going to skip the course hours for now. We don't need to do that. The course start date's important. So that is the date of your first day of class. I'm in May right now, so I'm going to actually use last week's course date, May 18, as my course date, just to help later in the planning. Okay, and the schedule type, we want to put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's when I have planned for this English 10 course, but you get to pick whatever days you want to schedule it. Okay, Now, here's the part that if you did a course scheduling, this is where the time block will come in. And so you want to, and that's in a previous video in the early Getting Started series, it talks about how to add course schedules, which is like a time block. So now this is where we would use it. So let's go here, it says empty, and I'm looking for English 10. Oh wait, is it English 10? Yeah, English 10. So there's so many English 10s. So this is very important. If you're going to name any of the math things, you want to make sure it's the same one that matches the time frame. So when I hit English 10 here, it says 8:30 a.m. to 9:30. Yeah, that would work. Or if I did, let's see, if I undid this one, I can find another English 10. And it's now 8 to 9. So this is really specific. So when you're in your course scheduling, please be sure to be very specific for which course you want it to match to based on the time. Okay, so this is the correct time that I wanted that. And this, okay, so this is for the first semester. I put a course date. We picked our scheduled dates and actually matched it to our course scheduler to make sure that we have the time up there. Now we're skipping this because this is more advanced if you want it, not more advanced, but just more detailed. And this is connecting it to curriculum. We're not going to go ahead and do that. We're not using the library. We can put here if you want the type of format, or I'm going to put here parent-led. You don't worry about the state course code. And we're going to do it in semesters. And I'm going to put here first semester. And usually I put an end date. I'll just put here the 29th for now. Okay. Course is both semesters. Now, if you are on a quarterly base, and go ahead and choose the quarters and try that, but also choose semesters, because if you're using it for transcripts, it is the transcript tracking credit report is only based on the semesters. So you can still do quarters, but it won't track credits that way. So you can still do both. I would still, I could say first quarter, but the credit tracking is done through semesters. So just be sure. So 2 quarters would equal 1 full semester, just to let you know. All right. So everything else below this, we are good. Don't need to do anything there. Okay, right here. If this is a high school, if this course is for high school, we need to click this button and make sure it gets tracked. So I clicked it and we are good to go. Okay. And this is the basic course for setting up. And before we add, as you're scrolling down, it tells you to add lesson rows or school breaks. We're going to ignore this for now because, like I said, we are just setting up courses. And because I'm doing this for 2 semesters, I don't want to have to customize it for the second semester. So I'm just going to duplicate this whole entire page to make it available for the second semester without doing too much adjustments. Okay, so I'm duplicating it. And we're going to wait for it a second. Okay, so you can see it's a duplication because it has a 1 after it. And what you're going to want to do, as soon as that's finished duplicating, you can see it's duplicating because it says it right there. And again, the reason I'm doing this is so that I don't have to customize. So if I had changed the language arts cover, it would just carry over and duplicate everything. So it's a good reason to duplicate. Okay, so I'm going to just change this now to second semester. Okay, and everything is still, the high school credit's the same, but the course date's going to change. So remember our last course date ended on May 29. I'm just going to say the new one will be June 1. So now we have a new start date. Everything else is here is good. Oh, this is semester. I'm going to change this one to second semester. And then again, we want to add this one to the transcript credit tracking report. Okay, so we got all that. Let's go back to the courses. And I'm going to come back here where it says click here to return because I want to go back to the original, to this page. So I want to show you what it looks like right now. So here is, we have first and second semester English 10, and that's all finished and set up. Now, also included with setting up basic course is adding in lesson rows. So I will show you how to do that. right now. So I'm opening up first semester and I'm scrolling down, and we want to add lesson rows. And so I usually like to do it by the month. Like I can do so many at a time, or you could do the whole school year. And usually a whole school year is probably like 100, about 100 lessons or so, if not more, 120. But I'm going to go ahead and just do 10 lessons for now, just as an example, but you can add more. So as soon as I added 10 lesson rows, you'll notice that my schedule tab came up, my order, my course, and then we have the lesson name column. And the lesson name column is where you add actual assignments, but we're not going to do anything like that right now. This is just learning how to set up a basic course. One thing that you don't see in here is the time schedule. And so if you want to see that, because I did not have this set up in the planner, is you go here where it says settings, and you go to property, visibility, and you just put time, and it's the time range. That's the one you want. And it's here at the bottom. It just shows up right here, and I'm going to move it to right there. Okay. So now you see the time range for this particular course. It's right here. And yeah, so this is the basic setup for a basic course. And so, like I said, this goes from, let's see, this setup only 10 lessons, and it's for the month of May. It went off our start date, and it's going off a schedule of Monday through Friday. So you won't see a Saturday or Sunday in here. And that's great, because that's just why we had to, when we pick it like this, it makes sure that it tracks all relevant Mondays through Friday dates. And let's see, that concludes this tutorial for how to add a basic course to your planner. Thanks for watching.